everybody, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Indy, and we're going to be playing Animal Crossing again. So let's get started. So my island might be a little messy right now. I went on a villager hunt last night, and what I like to do for the first 3 villagers is I like to shake every tree because you have a chance of getting at least 1 furniture item per island. And I'm just looking at my island right now, and it is a total mess. But you could get 1 furniture item per tree and 1 wasp per tree. So I did that until I hit the 100th item from the trees. And also while I was hunting, I caught a ton of stuff. And I found a ton of fossils. Yeah, my island's like really a mess right now. But hey, at least it's good for getting 3 stars, because you kind of need a lot of items on your island to do that. I already talked to Leaf. I got some shrubs and I got some pumpkin starts, but what I need to start doing today is I want to start working on the plots for the 3 villagers that I hunted last night. I also managed to pay off my first home loan last night while I was hunting. So tomorrow we should be getting a bigger house. I actually really enjoyed hunting last night. Even though it took quite a few hours to do. I just haven't done it in so long that it was just really fun for me to get back into it. I still think I'm gonna hunt for the rest of my villagers, because I do enjoy doing it. I didn't clean up my island. I was going to this morning, but I didn't have any axes prepared, and I would have triggered this cutscene, I guess, or this dialogue. And I wanted it to be cohesive for a video. So I'm just gonna craft some axes real quick. Never mind, I forgot the stones. Let me go grab that. I'll also grab the materials for the bridge, because I might as well, right? At this point. Also, I don't think I realized like how many items were 100 items until I saw all of this, like, that's on my island right now, which is just like super crazy to see. I'm gonna get more softwood. I'll just grab these. So I've also kind of come across an issue, and I don't really know if anybody has like gotten this issue before, but for some reason I still can't get Luna's bed. Usually I've gotten her bed within like the first few days of playing. I don't know why. I still haven't seemed to have found an answer to it. But if you guys know anything, I would love to know. think I'm gonna craft like 3 axes. I am gonna be replacing those trees that I cut down. I just find it easier to chop everything down at the beginning. And it's especially easier for whenever I eventually work on flattening my island, which is always a super tedious process. It's super worth it though, because it leaves you with a clean slate of what you can work with, which is super nice. Which is why I think people like either decide to flatten their island or restart. Oh, I need clay for that. Man, I'm not prepared. Good thing I have plenty of it. I just forgot to bring it. Yeah, but getting around my island is kind of hard to do right now. So many items. Oh, a bee. I'm just gonna catch that. 'Cause might as well. Let's go craft that bridge and then place it down so that we could start working on the house plots. Need to craft some log stakes. I kind of wish that we could bulk craft. Oh man. I kind of wish that we could bulk craft. But I don't think it's like as bad as some other people online. I'm just gonna drop these. The reason why I don't find it like as bad as other people is because you could just smash the A button like really fast. Yes, it is more tedious for certain things like fish bait or medicine. Even though I don't think I've really crafted medicine before in the game. But I guess if you wanted like a lot of it. I guess I'm just not crafting in a bulk amount. Let's see, I have enough of that, so let's craft the bridge. Now, I think that the plots for these first plots, they kind of have to be placed on the island due to how much like room that they take. So I can't like really put them on the beach, even though that's what I want to do. Which kind of sucks. Ooh, money tree. That one only gave me 1,000 bells, or like 1,000 per bag. Because I only planted the 1,000 that digging up the spot gave me. Because I accidentally clicked the wrong money bag in my pocket. Otherwise, I always like plant 10,000 bells at a time. I almost always do the 3 homes and crafting for them on the day that I do the bridge. I don't know if anybody like separates them out like how Tom Nook wants you to. I really don't think I've seen that like at all. Gonna grab some miles real quick. So I kind of have like a lot of Nook miles right now, and I'll kind of show you why. I caught a ton of bugs yesterday during my hunt, and like I'm over a quarter of the way of finishing the bug Critterpedia, which is kind of surprising. Let's see. I sold all the weeds that I dropped for myself, so that's why I got that. I upgraded my house, that's why I got that. I put every wall mounted thing that I found on my hunt in my house, so that's why I have furniture in there. This was because I found over 100 things in the trees. I found wisps, so that's another source of miles. As you can see, I've completed Shady Shakedown. And I'm pretty sure that last little achievement there for the 100 found is like 5,000 Nook miles, which is a ton for this early on in the game. But that is why I have such a large hoard of Nook miles for right now. I don't know why I pressed that. I'm gonna craft a DIY table real quick. I also found some DIYs on my hunt. Not a whole lot though. Why can't I find what I'm looking for? Okay, there you go. Do I need to craft anything before I start working? Yeah, I'll craft the ladder. Finally, it is so nice to have the ladder. It's so much nicer. I do have vines if I really needed it. But let's see. I'm gonna be placing everything on the other side of the island. If I could jump across, there we go. Oh, also Nook's Cranny opened today, which is pretty nice. I have to work on upgrading it soon. The way I do that is I usually just buy like whatever they sell and like a bunch of flowers. I don't know why the plot radius is so big. I think maybe it's to like create a box in the game to determine where the outside items are placed. I could be wrong, I don't know. I think I'm just gonna kind of put them all in like a row here, cause this part of the island layout is a little bit weird. So they're all going like this. That is like way too close. Oh my god. That's a bit better. I'm gonna drop off the fossils like in front of the museum with my other stash. And I think I'm gonna need like 2 bunches or like 20 oranges. So I'm gonna grab that. Oh, I had already laid it out. That was smart thinking on my end, I guess. Oh, right. I need my ladder to grab, I think it's 3 of every color. Let's see. 1 more yellow, 1 more white. Grab that fossil. Let's see what plot number 1 wants. I always forget like which like items represent each villager, but I guess this is a good opportunity to talk about the villagers I hunted for and why I did that. So, last night, whenever I was hunting for villagers, I found my first dreamy for Emishi, and that was Sasha. Sasha doesn't exactly fit with the theme, but he is like my absolute favorite villager of like all time in this game. And since this is like my forever island, I really felt like that gave him a space on this island. Even though I could probably find another villager that fits the theme a bit better. I found him at 137 tickets. It took me several hours just to find him. But I was so excited that I did. And the second villager I found was Shino, literally 7 tickets later. And she actually fits with the theme a little bit better. She is gonna be the forest spirit from Princess Mononoke. I will insert a picture of Shino and the forest spirit side by side here. But I think she works really well with the theming of like her design and the red elements, the red and white elements on her suit the forest spirit very well. So I just kind of think that she was a good pick for that. And the last villager I found, so my normal for this hunt was Kiki. I found her 3 tickets after Shino, so she was number 147. I got like really lucky like towards the end of that hunt, like finding Shino 7 tickets later and then Kiki 3 tickets later. I was like getting really desperate during that hunt because I kept seeing like a ton of villagers and I was kind of worried if the villagers that left my island that I visited to get all the items that I needed, if that island had any of the villagers that had moved out recently, because that would have put them in the move out queue, which would have been really bad and would mean that I couldn't find the villagers I wanted. It honestly felt like that because I kept getting so many repeats, which really sucked. I'm really glad that I found the villagers that I wanted. I want to talk more about the other villagers that I plan on having for this island later, because I kind of want to keep them a surprise, I guess. But I think that the other villagers make more sense, besides Sasha. So I think that that's a good thing. I also found like Sherb 4 different times on that hunt. I absolutely love Sherb. I think he's my second favorite, only after Sasha. So I felt like so guilty leaving him every single time. It just made me feel absolutely horrible. Because he's so precious. He is like the sweetest bean. I've probably had Sherb on pretty much every island that I've ever like worked on. Even for like at least a little bit. That's how much I love him. Even on my frog and duck Kid Core Island, he was a part of it just for a little bit. Let's see, where's that garden table? There it is. think the bird bath was last. Actually, having them in a line like this makes it super easy to craft and just place things, I feel like. I've never done it like this. Let's put the chair over here. I think the first one was a lazy house. The second one was Peppy house, just based on the items that were in there. I could be wrong, but I feel like the fruit is always... Yeah, I think so. I feel like the fruit always goes with lazy villagers. I am planning on like redoing the interiors of the houses. So to me it really doesn't matter if they have their starter homes or not. I just need to get far enough into Happy Home Paradise, which I should be unlocking fairly soon. I think I need to get to 3 stars to start going. All I know is that you need at least resident services to be upgraded. So I need the log bench. Log dining table. I'm crafting another log bench because I think it looks nicer with 2 on each side. I'm gonna do that with the other tables for the plots, just so it looks only a tad bit nicer. Where's that wooden bucket? I'm kind of mad that the wooden bucket can't be placed on a table. It really looks like it should be, but it just doesn't fit. I feel like I'm speedrunning this game based on like how fast this is going. That felt like it took no time at all. Ooh. Ever since I caught 100 bugs, all like some pretty rare butterflies have been spawning, which is pretty nice. Like this one. So that was a super nice catch. Earlier this morning, I caught the Raja B. Brooks butterfly. Actually, I'm not sure if they're like a rare spawn or anything. I just feel like I never see them. Or like it's really annoying to get them to spawn. Let's just put it here in this corner. Anyway, I think that this is a good place to wrap up. There were a few more things that I wanted to get done today, but I don't think I'll have the time to get to it today. If you like this video, feel free to like and subscribe. And I hope that you have a great day. Bye!